Laura Ingraham got called out and roasted online after she posted a fake photo of Melania Trump, and then Gavin Newsom just really drove it home. And she is on one because she was blaming Gavin Newsom for the awful tragedy that happened in Minneapolis.
The Minneapolis killer fantasized about murdering Trump in his manifesto. And of course, there were just 2 assassination attempts before that. If deranged people take Gavin at his word, it's kind of predictable that someone could try to stop Trump's presidency by any means necessary, or try to, including by deadly force. But Newsom doesn't care. So the lies, they just don't stop.
He doesn't want more people voting. He wants to suppress and chill the vote.
That's true. That's not a lie. I'll tell you who has been promoting violence is literally Donald. I don't like the tit for tat shit, but truly, Donald Trump. Do you remember Nancy Pelosi's husband? Her home was broken into. Nancy Pelosi's husband was there. And the person who broke into their home hit Nancy Pelosi's husband with a hammer on the head. Thank God Nancy Pelosi wasn't there. Thank God her husband didn't die. But you know what Donald Trump did? You know what Donald Trump Jr. did? They made fun of it. You know one thing we don't do? I don't make fun of someone who experiences a mass tragedy, whether they're on the right or the left. I have never made fun of the assassination attempt in Donald Trump's life, which I think a lot of you believe is not real. I believe it happened. I believe it happened, and but I also believe it's not funny because people died, and he almost died. And though I want Donald Trump to not be in power anymore, I don't want it to be for that reason. But that's the difference between what goes on. Like when they call out the left, it's quite often doing something they're not doing, for saying something they're not doing, but then calling them out for something that actually Donald Trump does himself. So when they're pointing one finger at Gavin Newsom, there's 5 more pointing back at him. Now, Gavin Newsom's team wrote this tweet. Oh, I love it. Laura, low ratings Ingraham on Fox is a terrible case of Newsom Derangement Syndrome, NDS. The American people love me. Gavin C. Newsom. I love that he does that. I actually think that's very funny. That, because it's insane Donald Trump talks that way. So I love that they mimic it perfectly, mock it perfectly. Gavin C. Newsom, America's favorite governor. Fox should cancel Laura immediately or face huge consequences, in quotes. Thank you, GCN. Oh, it's great. It's great. Now, Laura Ingraham, I almost said Laura Ingraham shared this photo of Melania Trump. Let the meltdown begin. Love it, she says. Well, only one problem, Laura. This is not a real cover. It is so clearly AI. It is so clearly AI. Now, we talked about yesterday how Melania Trump was actually humiliated by Vanity Fair because Vanity Fair isn't going to give her a cover story. And her response to that was like, I actually don't want one anyways. Bitch, please. You would have taken a cover story without question if they offered it to you. But anyway, so they had to suffice for an AI cover photo. And Laura Ingraham, this is the type of journalism you can expect from Fox News. This is the type of due diligence you can expect from Fox News. Posting a very obviously fake photo of the First Lady, the American Queen. Okay. Anyways, Gavin Newsom respond. Oh, hey. I'm just going to let you read this. I'm not going to say it, but someone alleged this. And if you're listening, I'm sorry. It's very funny. I hope you can come look at the YouTube channel and see what we're looking at because it is very funny. But if I repeat this, I will most likely get demonetized. Now, Dave Weigel said very simply to Laura Ingraham, why would people melt down over a fake magazine cover? Why would they melt down? Someone else said. She's being paid millions by Fox News to be this gullible. I don't think she's gullible. I think it's intentional. I think they intentionally spread misinformation. Now, Laura Ingraham, when she was caught having posted a fake cover, real or not real, hilarious to read the left's reaction. To what? An AI image? Okay. Gavin Newsom also responded to the magazine. I'm very happy to show you this. And they did this. An honor. Thank you. They have Donald Trump's voice down perfectly. I wonder if they're using AI at all, if they just ingested thousands of Donald Trump's recent tweets in order to do this, or whoever's writing it has like found Donald Trump's voice perfectly. Anyways, so they responded to this: the American King, Gavin Newsom's vocal revolution inside the private world of America's most enigmatic governor. Hair, gel, and the art of being so handsome. Oh my God. Amazing. Okay. And then they also posted this: Stephen Miller stuns in the White House, new White House portrait. They're having fun. At least someone is. Now, it is all fun and games, but I just want to point out too that Gavin Newsom was interviewed by Politico, and this is what he said about 2028, which is what Laura Ingraham was actually referencing.
You're not saying you think Republicans are gonna stop it?
I don't think Donald Trump wants another election. You think for a second you want... I have 24 Trump 2028 hats. His folks keep sending me.
And you think he's going to run again?
No, don't give me. You don't. Who spends $200 million on a ballroom at their home and then leaves the house?
Such a good point. Here's what's going to happen. It's going to be a game of chicken. It's going to be Donald Trump. If he's well enough, he might not make it. I think the 2028 thing is also him just wish casting that he's still going to be around. But if he makes it, what he's going to try to do is run, even though he can't get on the ballot. And he's just going to play a game of chicken. And he's just going to keep pushing this thing until someone tells him no. And they tells him no, he's going to throw everything he has at the people who said no. But I don't think the Supreme Court's going to say no, because when it came down to the 14th Amendment, Section 3, where insurrectionists aren't supposed to be able to be on the ballot, states decided that he was, in fact, engaged in insurrection. The Supreme Court made a very interesting decision where they said that states actually can't determine whether or not someone is eligible to be president of the United States. That actually is Congress's job. So we might have set up a situation where Donald Trump can actually run for president for a third time, even if he's not eligible, and it's up to Congress to decide whether or not that's allowed. I believe that's where it's heading. I hope not. I hope not. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm glad Gavin Newsom's fighting. I cannot speak lately. I don't know what's going on. Do I have dementia? No, I'm just tired. Well, I hope you have a great Labor Day weekend, and I'll see you next time.